Alright, back, my loves. So, like I said, let's just finish up these powders. So I actually got, this is supposed to be blush. I don't like it at all, and I'm going to show you guys really real quick if I got any more room on my hand why I don't like it. It doesn't really show up, and then when I've done it, incorporate it with everything else, I'm telling you, I feel like a ghost. But that's it right there on the top. And it's just like, it's too pink. I think for a lighter person, it would be better. But, and then I got my Veil Primer, which I was using on my right here. I don't like it, but, it's really translucent. But what I do like is I went and got this from the health and beauty store, and it's the LA Girl Pro powder. Now this I like. It feels like the old school powder. If your grandma, if you know Betty Boop, Marilyn Monroe, you would know what I'm talking about. But the old school powder you used to take, had the big thing and you just poof on your face when you're done with your makeup. That's how I feel with this. And I do like it. I kind of wish maybe it might have been in a spray form. Just because sometimes I feel like I'm overdoing it. But I don't know if you can really technically overdo it. But you guys, I do like that. And then we have the hydrating mist. Now this I wanted to tell you about because this I am a big fan of. And you can see I haven't used a whole bunch of it. But because I do use my other moisturizer, but I've used this just to check it out and see the difference, vice versa, you know what I mean, and it works really good on a hot day, especially when you put your makeup on and you just spray your face and your neck and your delicatessen. It's really good. What else I got? So this is the concealer, and see, maybe what another issue I had was learning that even though you might wear tan, that different companies have different versions of skin tone. Because I have been a tan person as long as I can remember. I'm sure you guys probably looking at me would say, yes, you're tan. And so I would just say it made me feel like a ghost. And although I lost my makeup, you guys, I wish I could give this to somebody because I don't want to throw it away. But what doesn't work for me might work for you. Let's move on. And then, okay, so now I'm getting down to the nitty-gritty. Okay, so this is the foundation that I will never buy again in my life. And I hadn't even thought about it because it says light tan, maybe a dark tan, maybe changing it up. So maybe I will do that. But it was more about the way it felt after I did it word for word. I followed the guidelines. I wish I had the paper in my hand because I followed the rules and everything. But this I would never use again. I felt like a ghost. And that's what that's supposed to be. And maybe I needed to do darker. But I will tell you, for me, it wasn't the coloring. It was the way it made my skin feel. I felt like I had just put on a whole bunch of baby powder. Okay, so let's move on from that. I'm trying to keep it organized. I think that's pretty much as far as that. So let's go on to the eyeshadows. Now I do have, these ones are more of correctors. And I did use this one. It didn't help me at all. It made my face feel really muddy. I even tried applying it moist, which they said that didn't work. And so I ain't with it. This Devious, though, I like this for a good daytime look because I can kind of just put it like on my lids or whatever and just go, but it gives it kind of that little glimmer. I have used this actually as a highlighter on my nose and my upper cheeks, and I think it does a pretty good job of that. And then I have this, which is Snuggle. And I wasn't a really big fan of that. I do think it's a really good for the crease. I mean, not the crease, for the lid. It might be a good, translucent color. I'm trying to focus that in, but it wasn't. I didn't find nothing spectacular about it. And then I have this Optimism, which is kind of like ivory with a shimmer, with like glitter. Now this I do like for putting on the bottom lid once I've gotten everything else, and it just gives it that extra glow. This one was good, y'all. Oh, I wanted to show you finishing powder. I didn't like it, and I'll leave it at that. Oh, and then I have this Sensuous, which by the name of it, it didn't quite match that. But this one was okay, and I didn't get a lot of fallout with this one, and it showed up pretty good, and I will admit this blended real good. I did a nighttime look just to play around and see how it looked, and I think this one did go kind of good, because I used it for the line in the edge here, and then the dark, you know, the dark, and it blended pretty well. What else? Oh, I wanted to show you guys this one. This is from Wet n Wild, and it's just kind of like that. It's called Nudecomer 352C. But this, I'm telling you, I use as a highlighter. I use for my eyelash, for my eye lid. I love it. I found that I can use this versatile. It is a little sticky. It is a little bit like in the summertime, I felt it was a little sticky when it got hot. But to be honest with you, it was worth it. And I put it on, and I didn't have to worry, like, about reapplying it. So, Wet n Wild, I think they did it with that one. Let's keep going. Sorry about my hands, you guys, and get makeup all on them. I already showed you about the green corrector. We're getting, okay. And then I had this yellow corrector, like the other one, the liquid. And see, I even did the same thing. I liquided this one and everything. I didn't really like it. I might try it again, because like I said, I got that NARS. So I might try that again. And then I have a Drastic. And I can't even tell you guys about this one, because I can't remember when I used it. I know I did, because I was excited when I got it. But I do like, for the nighttime, I do like the color. So maybe that's something we could do together, you guys, because I can't remember. Now, one thing I want to tell you about my highlighter was I got this from LA Colors, and look how beautiful that is. And I want to take the time. I know I didn't swatch everything, so if you guys want me to swatch something, you want to see something better, just let me know. But anyway, I got this highlighter, and I felt like it was being in an art class, because it just, the way that it stuck, I didn't like it. And maybe it was the point of me using the powder and, you know, the liquid foundation. But anyway, I want to show you, that's what it is. So, I mean, I think it would give you a nice highlight. But it's like, it's just like, it seems like it's like watercolor paint. Like really fake. Like it's not, I mean, it was hard to get it to stay. And when I tried to blend it out, it wasn't a very, very good experience. So, I think we're down to now where we're just going to go ahead and go through my other eyeshadows, and we'll go through my brushes right quick. I'm going to take one more break, and then we'll go ahead and wrap it up. I want to thank you guys for continuing to support me. Remember, I'm Honey. Subscribe, give it a thumbs up. Any comments, any advice, please just be cool about it, but I need them and I'll take them. And I want to give a shout out to everybody out there that's trying to do businesses, that's trying to make it on YouTube. I will support you, support me, and let's just get it in.